Hey guys, RTT back here for that video. Guys, today we have the leaked spec list for the Galaxy Z Fold 4 and the Galaxy Z Fold 3 already released. So this is going to get a little crazy. This is coming in from 9 to 5 Google, and you might say, wow, you sound very excited, guys. I am so excited for this phone. Both of these phones. The Galaxy Z Fold 3 might have been my favorite phone I've ever used of all time. And to be honest, that's to say a lot, because my top two before was the Surface Duo 1 and obviously the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. This has now made its way up to number one. The Galaxy Z Fold 4 looks to take the Galaxy Z Fold 3 and just give it a +1 in every single category. And I am so excited for that reason. In 2 days, we are getting revealed this phone. We are going to be seeing this phone and being able to pre-order this phone. And I'm telling you right now, I cannot wait to get this phone in the studio, show you guys it off, and just break it down, because this is going to be an absolutely amazing experience. So starting off right away, fanboy aside here, we have a outer display that's a 6.2 inch 120 hertz Gorilla Glass Victus Plus display. Of course, most likely this will have S Pen support. Last year what we saw was we were actually able to use the S Pen on the inside display, which was the first time ever on a Z Fold device, because the inside display actually was durable enough to actually withstand a S Pen. Now, this year it looks to be even more durable, but the outside display is also most likely going to have an S Pen support of some kind. Now, one thing we probably won't get, of course, is going to be the ability to have a a pen silo inside the phone, like what we see out of the S22 Ultra, and of course the mother cell phones by Samsung. Most likely would not see that on this phone. Inner display, though, will be a 7.6 inch 120 hertz display, which of course is very much of what it was last year. So nothing too crazy special upgrade wise there, but still really cool. Of course, the outer display being a little bit bigger than last year's model. So for the processing unit, we are getting a Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1, which is absolutely blazing fast, absolutely monstrous fast. So I will say that's going to even improve performance on this device. If you already love the Z Fold 3, you're going to get even a +1 when it comes to performance. Now, unlike some companies, Samsung really just keeps the RAM size exactly the same depending on what storage unit you get. So for example, on Pro 5 and 5G, if you got a higher storage model, you did get more gigabytes of RAM. That's not the case with Samsung. So for example, 12 gigabytes of RAM across the board. That is exactly the same as last year, but I mean, come on now, guys. 12 gigabytes of RAM is plenty for a cell phone, even a foldable cell phone. We always got on Microsoft for their Surface Duo 1 only having 6 gigabytes of RAM, and even the Duo 2 only having 8. I think 12 should be universally the standard for how much gigabytes of RAM a cell phone should have if it is foldable. Nonetheless, though, it does come in 256, 512, and 1 terabyte option. It does say that 1 terabyte option is regional, meaning that you're probably not going to be able to get it everywhere. But again, if you are in the United States, most likely Canada or South Korea, you're going to be able to get that 1 terabyte option. All right, so for the cameras, I did get some comments down below about the cameras last time I talked about them. Of course, we are going to be seeing the S22 sensor in the brand new Z Fold 4. Now, we don't know which S22. It could be, again, this is all rumors, by the way, but it could be the S22 regular, plus, or ultra. We just know we're going to get an S22 sensor of some kind in the Z Fold 4 unit. Now, it does come with a 50 megapixel primary with OIS. Now, if you're wondering what OIS is, it's pretty much image stabilization. It's the same thing that we see in a lot of high-end Sony camera lenses. It absolutely makes your photos, videos, whatever you're using it for, look so beautiful. So, for example, if you're holding your phone like this, right, and you're shaking like this, it's going to look very stabilized. It's going to look like you're not moving your phone at all. I'm telling you right now, if you guys have never picked up a Sony a7 III with, of course, any kind of Sony lens, by the way, the a7 III has OIS built in, you you're missing out, because you move that camera like this and it still looks absolutely gorgeous. And for someone like myself who has a shaky hand when I'm recording, it just makes everything so much better. Nonetheless, though, it does have a 12 megapixel ultra wide and a 10 megapixel 3x telephoto. Now, a lot of people are going to see these numbers and get upset because the Surface Duo 2 does come with a triple 16 megapixel cameras, and they're going to say, whoa, time out. Why are we not getting at least 16 across the board? Guys, megapixels, I say this a million times in videos, but I gotta say a video in case this is your first video watching. Megapixels do not matter when it comes to taking photos, okay? Only times that your 12, 16, 100 megapixel cameras matter is when you are going ahead and printing out the picture. So for example, your sensor is all that really matters on any camera you're using. If you have a 10 megapixel camera or a 105 megapixel camera, if you post that image on Instagram, it's going to look exactly the same no matter what. If the sensor is better, it's going to look a little bit better. Nonetheless, though, pretty much 50 megapixel camera is 50 million pixels that is being taken when you're taking a picture. The raw file of that camera, that's actually what matters. But if you upload to any social media websites, or you send it on Twitter, you post it on Twitter, you send it through a text message, it's automatically going to be downscaled 1 billion. So you're not going to be sending a 50 megapixel photo to somebody. The only time that matters is if you put it in Lightroom and you can edit it and change it up, and then you can print it out. Printing it out is the only time you're actually megapixels matter. So 50, 12, 10, that does not matter. What matters is it has an amazing sensor in the Z Fold 4, and that's what's going to be really the important thing at the end of the day. Now, I did see somebody comment and said that the 10 megapixel camera on the front was very disappointing. And I will be honest, like I said before, it's one of those, it does not matter unless you're putting out pictures. Now, the sensor on the front might not be the greatest, and that is what is really disappointed. If the sensor on the front was the same sensor on the back, then it would be a lot cooler, a lot better. But in all honesty, I don't know if they could fit the sensor on the front as the same sensor as on the back. As you guys can see with the camera set up here, again, I'm just thinking they probably couldn't do that. But we have seen different phones come out with 50 megapixel front cameras. But again, like I said, the sensors just simply aren't there. All right, so the inside display one will be an under display 4 megapixel camera, which I know, again, like I said before, I've said it a billion times here, it's very disappointing to a lot of people, but the point of that camera is not to be a main focal camera. It's meant to be a just, it hides itself, it goes away, it disguises itself as nothing. And if you do need it, it's that little, okay, here's your potato quality camera, right? And again, it's not about the fact it's 4 megapixels, it's the fact it's under display. So that display is actually over top the lens, which gives it a blurry effect / just not high quality. And again, like I said, I know people are disappointed, but it just simply is not meant to be that high, crazy quality camera. It's just not. Battery and charging, we do have a 4400 milliamp battery, and we have a 25 watt wired and 15 watt wireless. Now, we did see in a brochure yesterday that this will be charging from 0 to 50% within 30 minutes of a charge. So within an hour, technically speaking, it will be fully charged, which is absolutely awesome. We do see it has NFC fingerprint sensor, eSIM, S Pen support, and IPX8. So it looks like it's not going to be upgrading any waterproofness. Now, if you guys have seen my videos about the Z Fold 3, this is honestly the craziest thing, because this is something that Microsoft cannot replicate / do the same concept here. And is what they actually do for waterproofness. Unlike most cell phones like the S22 Ultra, the iPhone 13 Pro Max, a lot of these cell phones, what they'll do is actually put an adhesive layer around the inside of the cell phone that allows no water to get inside. They actually even have a sensor in here where if it gets wet, it actually changes color, meaning that water did enter the phone. Now, for the Z Fold 3, because it's a foldable cell phone and there's so many different hinges and movements and everything like that, what they actually do is they put a layer of a liquid. They actually put a liquid over all the components that kind of like seals itself in. So it's actually sealing the components together. So if water does go on top of that seal, it cannot damage anything inside. It does not mean you can actually freaking like drop this phone in the bottom of the lake and leave it for a week and come back. But at the same time, though, it does have a water resistance level of up to 5 meters for 30 minutes at a time, and it will be fine. Now, we have seen other, YouTube channels actually test that theory, and they've left it in the up to 5 meters up to an hour, and it has been fine. So again, it's really amazing how much Samsung has formulated this, solution to be able to actually make this phone waterproof. Making a foldable phone waterproof is nearly impossible, and the fact that they were able to do it is absolutely awesome. That's something even Oppo Find 5G was not able to go ahead and do. So right here for the Galaxy Z Flip 4 specs, we have a 1.9-inch 512 by 260 outer display, which of course is going to be, I don't think I have my Z Flip 3 on me right now, but it's going to be the outer display on the very outside. Inner display is a 6.7-inch, 120 hertz, 1080p display. The processing unit is going to be a Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1. It does come with 8 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabyte storage option and 256 gigabyte storage option. It does come with a triple camera setup of 12, 12, and 10. Of course, 10 being the inside camera, 12 being the 2 outside cameras. The battery will be 3,700 milliamps and 25 watt wired charging and 15 watt wireless charging. It does come with a fingerprint sensor with NFC and IPX8, and it is not clear if the inside display will be durable enough to have S Pen support. Of course, it will not come with any kind of, what's it called? It would not come with any kind of pen side load. That's what I'm trying to say. So with that being said, guys, I'm really interested to see what this looks like when it does come out. We had leaked photos we looked at the other day on the channel. Make sure you check out the channel if you're not done so already. But we do have leaked photos that we looked at, and we kind of see what it looks like, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. I cannot wait for this phone to come out. I am so excited, and we are like 2 days away from seeing it and about probably 3 weeks away from actually getting this phone in our hands in the studio. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.